It's week 6. It's keys to victory. 49ers at the Seahawks. Let's get to it. What's going on, faithful? It's your boy WayneBreezie. Welcome to the Keys to Victory, sponsored by Residency, www.residency.com. They got a nice little sale going on. So use the promo code SFBreezy, save on your total purchase. All right. Now, listen, you can read this article. It'll be on 49erswebzone.com as well. Let's not waste no time and let's get right down to the keys to victory. I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to keep it simple. This will be the simplest keys to victory. I got 5 of them for you. Now, look. I know how we played against the Arizona Cardinals, but I tell you what, you take that page and you rip it out of the playbook and you scrap it, right? That's what I call scrap. You scrap that performance and you don't look back and you focus on the now. The now is the Seattle Seahawks. So number one, the 49ers got to get back to the basics and stop the run. I thought the 49ers did really well against the Arizona Cardinals in the first 3 quarters of the game, but that last quarter is like when they just gave up literally like 80 yards to the running back. Kyler Murray had 80. It's 169 on the ground. For some reason, I'm not getting a good rushing attack. The Cardinals, the Seahawks are ranked like 22nd in rushing, averaging only like 100-something yards per game. I think the 49ers definitely could get back to the basics when it comes to plugging and stopping the run. Expect those interior guys as well to play very well. Why? Because the ends don't necessarily have to go, contain as much with a quarterback like Geno Smith. So I think the Niners get back to the basics and they get back to stopping the run. Linebackers will be firing in the gaps, things like that. If the Niners don't try to stop Kenneth Walker, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but they got to find a way to eliminate Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. The Seahawks will change it up a little bit, probably throw both of them out there. They don't want their guy, Kenneth Walker, to get overly worked and get re-injured again. He is coming back off an injury. Didn't have a good game last week against the New York Giants, but he did rush for over 100 yards prior, had a great game as well as out of the backfield the week before. So the Niners just got to get back to the basics and stop the run. Number 2, they have to execute in the red zone. You can't go 1 for 6. The Niners are 40% in the red zone trying to score touchdowns this year. That is ridiculous. 40%, that is not a good number. So the Niners got to get back to finding ways to get that ball in the red zone. And it comes down to 3 things. Number 1, obviously the play calls. Number 2, execution. And number 3, finishing, right? Like you catch the ball, you got to find a way to get in. So the Niners just got to figure out how to score touchdowns in the red zone opposed to scoring field goals down there. You got to convert those into touchdowns. You're on the road. You want to score. I'm all about taking the points. But if the Niners can figure out how to execute properly down in that red zone and turn 1-6 into 4-6 or 5-6 or 6-6, it's going to be really hard to beat the San Francisco 49ers because the thing is they're getting to the red zone. They just can't finish in the red zone. So number 2, they have to figure out how to execute in the red zone. And it's weird because we used to be really good in the red zone. I know things are a little different. I know guys are missing blocks, missing assignments. I understand. But the Niners need to understand, and the Niners need to address that and fix it and be more dominant in the red zone. So number 2, be execution in the red zone. Number 3, consistent rush attack. Listen, the 49ers run the ball, but they don't do it consistently. They'll start running. They'll get an explosive run. They'll go away. They'll pass. Then they'll try to come back to the run. It's negative. Then they'll try to come back to the run. It's negative. And then they'll pass. Listen, I need the game to be as balanced as possible, but this is a team that you can run on. They don't have a great run defense. So why not run on the Seattle Seahawks? Make it happen. Kyle Shanahan, Jordan Mason needs a minimum of 25 touches. Minimum 25 touches for Jordan Mason. Make it happen, Kyle. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Just make it happen. So 25 touches for Jordan Mason. That is great. I guarantee you he'll rush over 100 yards. If they can't stop the run, which they really can't do, that's great for the Niners, sets up the play action pass, and then the Niners can really start to see their offense evolve with the pieces that they do have. I'm all about keeping it simple, stupid, and I think that's what it just needs to come back to, keeping it simple, stupid. I'm sorry, KISS. Ow! Wow. All right. Number 4, efficiency. So we were talking about keeping it simple, and we're getting a lot of more explosive plays, attempts down the field, right? And do we like them? I love them. I like that Brock Purdy is trying to showcase what he can do, push the ball down the field, get the big explosive. But what happens when they don't? And then what happens when Brock Purdy is not efficient? He's not into a rhythm. He's not getting the short passes. They're taking that away. He's not throwing it to the check down. He's not using screens. He's not. Listen, Kyle Shanahan needs to dial up a series of screens, check downs, and every play, quick throws, quick slants. Get Brock Purdy back to being the guy that made him talked about, I would say, every week. Is he doing it? Is it the system? Who cares? 49ers need efficiency from their quarterback. That's who Brock Purdy was. He was the king of efficiency. He had a bad week last week, 54% completion percentage. Not great. 23.7 QBR. Not great. Like Brock Purdy just needs to get back to completing some of those throws that he's just most comfortable with. And yeah, it's not just Brock Purdy. It takes the receivers creating separation, getting open, offensive line blocking, all that type of stuff. But the quicker Brock got the ball out, the more yak we had. And maybe we'll see a trend upwards in yak if we do a lot of more quick throws. So efficiency is key. Do I want Brock to continue to take the shots down the field? Absolutely. I'm all for the explosive plays. But we need to be efficient when throwing the ball. Got to run the ball, still got to throw the ball, but be efficient when doing so. Get those easy throws onto the books, because that will allow Brock to build confidence throughout the remainder of the game. So when he's getting ready to take that big throw down the field, he's got the confidence. Number 5, certainly not least, keys to victory. Missed tackles. The 49ers had 12 missed tackles last week against the Arizona Cardinals, and they got to play a running back that likes to break tackles, that likes to get yards after the contact. Consider Kenneth Walker III like their version of what Jordan Mason doesn't run as angry, but definitely has the ability to make teams miss. And he's more like a James Conner type of a back, maybe with a little bit more of elusiveness. And we saw how James Conner did the 49ers last week. So look, Niners got to figure out a way to limit him as well, but they got to tackle. And this has got to be, I would say, fundamental sound game. Identity loads up right here. The Niners need to let the league know we ain't nothing to reckon with. And it starts by winning a game in the division. When you knock off the first place team in the division, that will definitely separate, you from everybody else. Now you got an NFC win, you got an NFC West win, and you just knocked off the first place team, and you take the first place nod, and now they're going to be coming for you. So I don't know, man. The Niners need to play as if they got targets on their back and they're trying to hold it down for themselves. And if they go out there and they do these keys to victory, I just don't see how the Niners will lose to the Seattle Seahawks. Even though they're on the road, they will be in their throwbacks. But listen, number 1, they got to stop the run. Number 2, they got to execute in the red zone. The Niners will get there. They got to finish and get touchdowns. Number 3, stay consistent in the rush attack. Don't just run it and then stop running it. Keep pounding the ball until they prove that they can stop it. Number 4, be efficient. Number 5, correct those missed tackles. Listen, let me know in the comment section if you have any additional keys to victory. I'm your boy WayneBreezie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out our sponsors over at residency.com, and make sure you like, comment, and if you're new, first time watching, click on subscribe. Until the next time, keep it faithful to the best.